Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this lesson. Today I am going to discuss on the topic today and tomorrow. So here I begin. And before that, let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you haven't, then please do. And watch the video till end and press the like button if you have liked it. So let us start with this beautiful poem with a brief introduction of the title of the poem. The poem Today and Tomorrow by J.E. Carpenter is full of wisdom. The poem highlights the importance of present times. As it is rightly said, yesterday is history, tomorrow is mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. So one should learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. What you do today will determine your tomorrow. The pain you feel today is the strength you feel tomorrow. So, the poet highlights the importance of the present time, that is, today. Hence, the title Today and Tomorrow is justified. Now I will tell you about the poet J.E. Carpenter. Joseph Edwards Carpenter was an English playwright, composer, and songwriter. In 1851, he moved to London. He wrote various touring musical entertainments such as The Road, The Rail and the River. He wrote lyrics for over 2,500 songs and duets. He was born on 2nd November 1813 in London and died on 6th May 1885. He was buried at Highgate Cemetery. His notable work are poems and lyrics 1845. My Jubilee Volume, London 1883, and many more. J.E. Carpenter has written only few poems, but they are mostly on the importance of making the best use of present moment. It is a great irony that we are always complaining about the shortage of time, yet we waste it as we had an inexhaustible store of it. Now I will give you a brief description about the poem Today and Tomorrow. As the name of the poem shows, the word today and tomorrow, actually it is about working on today and tomorrow. The poet believes in today. He does not like dreaming about tomorrow. He tells that if we decide to do the good deeds, we should do it today. Do not postpone it for tomorrow. We should have a command on the present. Never delay the good deed and accept your mistakes. If you feel bad to do something bad or wasting your time in the past, then let it be in the past. Do not think of yesterday. Do not postpone for tomorrow. Let's do it on the day you are in. So we see that the poet does not like to delay his work. He wants to complete his work on time. Tomorrow is not certain or sure, so one should complete his work today. If you feel bad that you didn't do a work well in the past, you have no right to be happy at present. So, let's stop waiting for tomorrow. Let's do the work assigned for today. Every moment has a duty for us. As we are not able to predict the future, why don't we do the work at present? So, let us start the poem where we will learn new words and phrases. Now, the first stanza and the lines are Don't tell me of tomorrow. Give me the man who will say that when a good deed's to be done, let's do the deed today. Now the word meanings. The line, don't tell me of tomorrow means that the poet does not want to hear about taking action tomorrow. Give me the man means tell me about that particular person. Good deeds to be done means good work is to be done. Let us do the deed today means that the ideal person is the one who does his work in the present. Deed means task or work. Now the explanation of the first stanza. In this stanza, the poet says that he doesn't want to hear about taking actions tomorrow. He says he adores a person who is focused and ready to act in the present without postponing it for tomorrow. This poem is full of wisdom and highlights the importance of present time. It talks about the importance of time. Time is something which cannot be controlled by anyone. No one can stop the time. So let us do the work today itself. That means let us complete our work today itself. Now the poetic device used in this stanza are say and today is a rhyming word of this stanza. Now I move towards the second stanza, and the lines are, we may all command the present, we may act and never wait, but repentance is the phantom of the past that comes too late. Now the word meaning. Command the present means have control over the present. If we act and never wait means if we do all our present duties. Repentance means feeling sorry for a mistake we have done or regret. Phantom means ghost, and past that comes too late means that we don't act and keep waiting, then the phantoms of repentance will chase us. Now the explanation of the second stanza. In this stanza, the poet says that it is actually difficult to command the time, but it is possible for us to command the present. Just go with the present time, and if we will go and do action and not wait, because regret is actually a ghost of past time that comes too late. That means when we do not do anything in present and the situation goes out of our control, and if we feel very bad that we couldn't complete it, so that repentance or regret is like a ghost only, which comes too late because it does not come in advance. And let us that if you will not do things, then it would be really bad, but it comes too late like a ghost. So in this stanza, the poet tells the readers that the present can be controlled by taking action, but if we don't act and keep waiting, then the phantom, that is the ghost of repentance, that is regret, will chase us. Now the poetic device used in this stanza is wait and late, is the rhyming word of this stanza. Now I move towards the third stanza, and the lines are, don't tell me of tomorrow, there is much to do today that can never be accomplished if we throw the hours away. Now the word meanings. Throw the hours away means to waste the time. Accomplished means skilled or to complete. Now the explanation of the third stanza. In this stanza, the poet says that if He does not want to hear anything of tomorrow. The present time is full of work and jobs to be done. These jobs and works can only be done if we keep working without wasting the precious time. So the poet says not to talk about tomorrow, that is, future, as there is much to do today. When we can do so many things today, that is the present time, that can never be accomplished. If we throw the hours away, that means it cannot be achieved if we waste the time. So, the work which we should complete today cannot be completed if we waste the time in present time. Now, the poetic device used in this stanza is today and away. This is the rhyming word of this stanza. Now I move towards the fourth and the last stanza, and the lines are: every moment has its duty, who the future can foretell? Then why put off till tomorrow what today can do as well? Now the word meanings. Every moment has its duty means there is always something to be done. Every moment there is no moment for sitting idle. Who the future can foretell means what will happen in future. Put off till tomorrow means we should not put off any good work or good deed till tomorrow, because it will get into our habit and the work will never be done on time. We will lose control in the present. Foretell means to predict, to tell about the future. Put off is a phrase which means to delay. Now the explanation of the fourth and the last stanza. In the fourth and the last stanza, the poet says, every moment brings with it duties and responsibilities which must be done. These duties cannot be done in the future. They have to be done in the present only. According to the poet, since the job and work can only be done in the present, nothing should be postponed till tomorrow. So, the poet says that if we have a duty to work in every present moment, and who can tell about the future, that means who can tell what will happen in the future, then why we should delay any work till tomorrow? What we can do today, the work which we can do in the present time, then why we should delay it for the future, that is tomorrow? So in this poem, the poet has explained the importance of today, not only about tomorrow and delay our work so that we have to regret. Hence be punctual, be regular, and finish your work on time. Then only if you are a reader today, then you will become a leader tomorrow surely. Your future is created by what you do today and not tomorrow. Now the poetic device used in this stanza are foretell and well. This is the rhyming word of this stanza. Now the theme of the poem. Number 1, importance of time. We all know that time is very precious and time is very valuable to all the people. Therefore, we should never waste time. Time is the key to success. Time is the most valuable thing in the world. After losing it, it is lost forever and never comes back. As it is rightly said, time and tides waits for no one. The success or failure of our lives depends on the work done on time. So remember, children, the poet focuses on the importance of time. Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you have lost it, you can never get it back. So, value time. Number two is the sense of duties and responsibilities. The poet tells us to understand the duties and responsibilities assigned to us and to complete it on the time, that is today itself, or in the present time. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Now, children, I'll tell you the message of the poem Today and Tomorrow. The poet gives us the message of wisdom. Through this poem, Today and Tomorrow, the best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. If you love your work, you will be out these every day trying to do the best you possibly can. And pretty soon, everybody around you will catch the passion from you like a fever. Hence, doing your best means never stopping or never stop trying. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you can plant. Hence, one should always try to complete the task today itself and on time, and not wait for tomorrow, as time and tide waits for none. Now I'll tell you the question and answers based on this poem, Today and Tomorrow. So, my first question is, what sort of man does the poet like? Answer: he likes a man who does not put off anything till tomorrow, what he can do today. As well, the poet likes the man who is very regular in his work and finishes his work immediately. That is, he completes his work on time without leaving it for the next day. Question number 2. How can we command the present? Answer: we can control the present if we act now and never wait. We can command the present if we do the work immediately and don't wait for tomorrow, but finish our work today itself and never leave it for later to be done. Question number 3. What happens if we throw the hours away? Answer: we should never throw the hours away because what we can accomplish today can never be accomplished tomorrow. That is, we can never complete our work on time and we will never be able to accomplish and achieve our goal in life. Question number 4. What does the poet mean by saying every moment has its duty? Answer: it means there is always something to be done every moment. There is no moment for sitting idle. Question number 5. What does the word foretell means? Answer: it means to say or to know what will happen in the future, especially by magical powers. Question number 7. Why should we not put off any work, good deed till tomorrow? Answer: we should not put off any work, good deed till tomorrow because it will get into our habit and the work will never be done on time. We will lose control in the present, and as we know that future is very uncertain, we cannot tell what will happen in future. So it is better to complete our work as soon as it is given. Question number 8. Yesterday is dead, tomorrow is unborn, and today is a gift. That's why it is called present. How can one make one's present a worthy gift? Answer: all that has passed in the past can never return back. Tomorrow is unknown, and what lies ahead in future is still in God's hand. So we should give values to our present. We can make present a worthy gift by enjoying it at our fullest. We should give value to the present time. If we work hard today, then our future will be secured and the mistakes of the past will be rectified. No one can tell what will happen tomorrow or in the future. So, we can make our present a worthy gift by enjoying every moment of our life. We must work hard to complete all our duties and responsibilities on time. This will help us to achieve our dreams and make us happy. Question number 9. Kushal has the habit of procrastination. He gets scolded by his parents and almost all the teachers for being so disorganized. What suggestions can you give him to manage his time? Answer. I'll give him the following suggestions. Number 1. Make a timetable and follow it sincerely. Number 2. Maintain a balance between studies and other activities. Number 3. Do not spend too much time watching TV or playing games on mobile. 4th. Sleep early and wake up early. Question number 10. What according to you is the best way of spending time out of the given option? Give reason for your choice. There are 5 options given to you. You can choose any one of them and write on it. The first one is grooming yourself. Number 2, gaining knowledge. Number 3 is entertaining yourself. Number 4, teaching someone. Number 5, helping the needy. I have taken only one example. You can choose any topic of your own and write according to that. So, I have taken gaining knowledge. Knowledge is endless. It helps to develop our personality and make us a better person. It keeps us updated and help us to learn and understand many new things easily. With our knowledge, we can achieve our goals and get success in life. So, I would like to spend my time in gaining knowledge. Question number 11 is the writing skill. Write a letter to your brother living in a hostel to maintain a balance between playing games and studying, so as to make the most productive use of his time. This is an informal letter, so just look at the format it is written over here. You will start with your address, then you will give the date, that is Salt Lake City, Kolkata. Date is 26 September 2020, like if you are writing, or 27 September 2020, whenever you are writing the letter. Then leave one line. Dear brother, this will be the body of your letter. Dear brother, I hope this letter finds you in good health. I am glad to know that you have become comfortable in the hostel now. I hope you are enjoying your studies and learning new things. A healthy mind needs a healthy body. So I want to give you some tips to maintain a balance between playing and studying. You can manage your time by making a timetable and strictly following it. It is important to be both physically as well as mentally fit. So for this you can play few games. Don't miss your meal from your busy schedule. Eat healthy and nutritious food and take care of your health. Take care and reply whenever you get time. We all remember you a lot and miss you. Then leave a line, yours lovingly, and your name will be written over here. Now question number 12. Write a short story to illustrate the proverb, a stitch in time saves 9. Let us now hear the story. Once upon a time, a merchant earned a large sum of money by selling his goods. He had to go a long way to reach home. He went to an inn to get his horse. The stableman brought out his horse and said, "Sir, your horse has lost a shoe nail. You better wait and put it in and have it put in." The merchant said, "Sorry, I have no time now. Moreover, one nail more or less in the shoes does not matter much." Saying so, he got on his horse and galloped it towards his destination. After some time, another nail from the shoe of the horse came off. The horse began to limp. Being in a hurry, the merchant did not stop to repair the damage. After some time, the horse began to stagger. Very soon, darkness of the night prevailed everywhere. This further decreased the speed of the horse. The darkness was falling. He was getting late. At last, he got down and led the horse. In the meantime, a gang of robbers appeared from the forest. The merchant could not speed up with his horse and save his money. He was at the mercy of the looters. They thrashed him thoroughly and snatched his money. The merchant returned home with a lame horse and empty pocket. His carelessness had cost a heavy price. So, the story illustrates the proverb, "A stitch in time saves nine." Yes, dear children, you can write your own story also. This is only an example to help you to learn and develop your writing skill. So, dear children, with these words I end my lesson. In this lesson, I have explained the title of the poem, about the poet, a brief description about the poem, line by line explanation, word meanings, poetic devices, theme, message, and question and answers. In this video, I have also discussed your values and writing skills. Hope this lesson will be beneficial for you in your study. Thank you.